What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this is a video that I've been wanting to do for quite some time now, and basically this is going to be just how fast can I get up a tree in a saddle setup. So one of the main things that I get asked when I'm talking about saddle hunting with people, or people ask me about it, they're like, does it not take you forever to get all that crap up and down a tree? And the short answer is no. The long answer is no, it really doesn't. It doesn't take that long to get all this crap up and down the tree. I think that people see saddle setups and they see all the ropes and stuff, and it's overwhelming, and they think, man, I've even had somebody tell me if I had to haul all that crap in and out of the woods, I'd just quit hunting, or I'd just stop using it. I'd just go back to using my climber. And you know, truth be told, people think it's going to take you forever to climb up and down a tree. So this video is to simply demonstrate just how quietly, quickly, and efficiently you can climb a tree in a saddle setup. To me, it is the most efficient way to hunt, especially for hunting public land or hunting mobile setups like this. So without any further ado, I'm going to jump right into this. If you like this type of content, take just a second and hit the like button. It just lets me know that you enjoy these how-to DIYs and demonstration videos and such, and it just lets me know to keep doing things like this in the off season for you guys to have something to watch and enjoy. So I appreciate it, and let's get right into it. All right, so I've got the camera backed up here, so it's a long way from me, but I've got this wireless mic, so hopefully you guys are getting good audio. But basically, I'm just going to do a demonstration of straight up walking in, and obviously this is the tree that I'm going to climb. So basically what I'm doing is I'm coming in and saying, all right, this is where I want to go, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a mock climb and kind of talk you guys through the process. So here we go, let's get into it. All right, so as I'm walking up and approaching the tree, I know this is the tree that I'm going to be in. I've got clips right here on the bottom of my bag, and I'm able to pull these climbing sticks off really easily. I go ahead and lay them on the ground, take my first stick off, and one thing I'll note is I like to set my first stick knee high. What that does is that allows it to be a really good step height for me. It's just consistent and repeatable for the climb on the way up. I'll go ahead and lock that in. That gives me my first step, and you can tell it's pretty high. At that point, I go ahead and hang my other sticks on there. Keep in mind, guys, this is something I'm trying to be quick, but at the same time, I'm also not trying to rush or be careless. And that's one thing you want to make sure you don't ever do when you're saddle hunting, is work carelessly, because it can be dangerous. You are tethered to the tree the whole time, but you also want to be as careful as possible. You can tell I just held my stick that I don't have a loop for in my hand, and that just makes it a lot simpler for me. I don't like to have to reach around and grab anything off the back of my bag or off the back of my saddle when I'm climbing. So at this point, I mean, you can tell I'm already 2 sticks of my 4 sticks high, and I'm basically just repeating the exact same process the entire time. And that's kind of what I was talking about when I'm referring to efficiency, is doing the same thing over and over and over and repeating the exact same climb no matter what the tree is. Of course, you're going to have variances in your setups a lot of times. You know, the tree may have a limb or something that you're going to have to go around, and that's just, you know, that's part of it. And that's one of the beauties of saddle hunting, is that you really can pretty much get into any tree or setup, but basically repetition goes a long way. And I'm not working really hard. I mean, I'm breathing a little heavier because I'm trying to talk and explain as I'm working. And like I said, I am doing this a little quicker than I probably would if I was going to be in the woods. But all right, so I'm on my final climbing stick, and then I have the strap for getting my platform out. This is a brand new platform too. I haven't even put my stealth stripping or anything on it, and it's one of those things that I haven't ever used it, so I'm setting this up for the very first time right now. It's pretty much the exact same as the platform that I had. This is the Trophy Line's new Hyperlight platform. And I've been using a tethered Phantom for a lot of years, but the profile is not that different. All right, so what I like to do is I like to set my platform level and just to the right of my top step. And the reason that I do that is because A, I'm a right-handed shooter, so I shoot off the left side, but B would be it gives me an extra step whenever I am at hunting height. I have an extra step where I'm able to step around the tree. I use the top of my climbing stick basically like I have an extra step. And here I have had a limb or something has fallen right here in my face, but this was not here last time I climbed this tree. This tree has been climbed a lot of times. I had it specifically put here so that I could do these videos for y'all. So again, if you like this type of content, please like the video. That way I know to keep doing these goofy videos for y'all. All right, I'm hooked in my tether, putting my lineman's rope up. And then you can, one thing I've talked about before in my setups is I don't ever take my bag off until I'm at hunting height. And that's part of just because of the way I have my setup done, obviously, but that's my preferred method, and I think it makes it a little faster as far as getting started climbing a tree, because I don't have to take my bag off and take everything off at the base of the tree and then put my bag back on it. It probably saves seconds, honestly, but I mean seconds add up in the long run, so that's just my preference. Got my gear hanger on the tree, and I just have this little plastic carabiner on my bag, and it hooks into the strap on the side, and then I usually go ahead and buckle my bag to the tree. And I'm always running camera gear myself, so at this point I would pull my bow up, hang it in this bow hanger right here, and yeah, I'd be hunting. I'm there, I'm completely done and set up. It's just, we'll pretend I pulled my bow up. We'll take a few seconds just to give a rough idea on time. Oh, I'm grabbing my bow, hook it in the hanger, roll my rope up, put it in my pouch. There you go. So now y'all can't say, oh, you didn't figure in pulling your bow up the whole 12 seconds it might take to pull the bow up and roll the hanger back up. But yeah, here it is. I'm at hunting height. I'm locked in. I'm super comfortable already. I mean, I could sit here all day. Yesterday I had a big doe come out right here at the base of this tree and walk by, and I was sitting in the house right here, and I was watching her out the back door, and I was just thinking, man, if I was sitting in that tree, that'd be meat on the table right now. But I'm pretty fired up about hunting season, I ain't gonna lie. So here we go, we're gonna repeat this, going back down. I always just unhook my bag. Again, guys, repetition. If you want to get into saddle hunting, repetition is something that you're just going to have to get your reps in. It's important. So don't underestimate it. One thing I'll say too is don't overcomplicate your setup. I see a lot of new gear coming out nowadays that have all kinds of moving parts, and as I've heard it referred to so many times before, fiddle factor. And there's a lot of fiddle factor out there now, and I'm not a big fan of a lot of moving parts in a setup. That's just me personally. If you like that kind of thing, if you enjoy fiddling with crap at the tree and taking a bunch of extra time, you know, hey, different strokes for different folks. But it's just not my cup of tea, and I try to use the simplest setups that I can possibly think of. Obviously, climbing down, you're just doing the exact opposite of what you did climbing up, or it's the exact, really it's the same steps, just in reverse. And there's just not a lot to it. Again, people undoubtedly overcomplicate saddle hunting, and I definitely don't like that. One thing I'll say about setting my platform, I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but all I'm doing is I'm sitting my platform on my knees right here, and that just lets it sit to the tree. I leave my strap a little loose, and then that gives me the ability to move that platform around on the tree to get it in the position, and then I cinch my strap down tight, and then I push my platform down and cam it over. And there's tons of videos on that, and on setting platforms and such. So you just find you a video that you like and learn some of these processes. One thing I will say, if you're interested in like the gear that I'm using specifically, I do have another video on the channel that pretty much just tells you all my saddle gear. I mean exactly what I'm using in this setup. That way you don't have to kind of look at it and try to guess and figure out, oh, this is what product he's using here, possibly, or this. I give a pretty detailed breakdown of everything that I have and how I use it. So if that's something you guys are interested in, go check it out. There's quite a few videos on the channel here actually about my specific setup. Another thing I'll say about repetition too is really using your gear a lot. Even if it's just in the yard like I'm doing now, the more comfortable that you are with these ropes and stuff, the more you're able to trust them and feel safe in them, the faster you're going to be able to do anything. Because everybody I ever teach anything or work with that's just learning for the first time, they're not comfortable in the ropes. They're not used to being in this type of equipment, and obviously they're a little bit slower when they're trying to set things up, and that's okay. Take your time, really learn the process. That way you can do it over and over and over the same way, and that's where your speed is going to come from. Smooth is fast. That is something that you can't stress enough. Smooth is fast. So when I get to the ground, I more or less, I just drop my sticks. Nothing fancy, because I do have to take my pack off once I'm on the ground, because I don't have any way to reattach my climbing sticks without taking my bag off. But hopefully this is a pretty short video. If I'm doing this as quick as it feels like I'm doing it. Now, on the flip side of that coin, you know, sometimes things aren't as quick as you feel like they are. But I feel pretty confident in this setup. I know that I have had races with people using their climbing spans, and I've always been very close or faster than their setups. And usually I'm up a few sticks. I'm usually nearly to my last stick before those guys get before they get their climbing stick attached to the tree, or climbing stand attached to the tree, because it takes a minute to get them darn things strapped on. Now you can climb fast once you get them ready most of the time, but it takes a minute to get them things all undone and hooked to the tree. So I'm pretty much done. Just a matter of, well, laying my bag down and clipping my climbing sticks in. Now, one of you tech gurus in the comments section, y'all just go ahead and post down there in the bottom of the video exactly how long it was that it took me to do that, and we can go from there. But well, there you have it. That's gonna be it. I mean, that's walking in, picking a tree, dropping my gear, and climbing and being ready to hunt, and climbing back down, and taking a little bit of extra time to talk you guys through the process or kind of explain what I'm doing. So that being said, that'll just tell you, hopefully you can see just how efficient and fast that saddle hunting can be. Maybe you'll see the potential benefits for it, and this might be a system that you want to start using in the future. If so, be sure to check out my other videos. I got a lot of content on the channel specifically related to saddle hunting, and hopefully it's able to help you in some way. I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to subscribe if you hadn't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.